As a continuation of our previous video about routines and rituals, basically daily rituals, when you do them, they help you accomplish your goals because rituals are basically like a framework that helps you get to the direction you want to get to. It's more like a template for you to be able to handle your time, to be able to handle your habits. One of the good book one of the good books that I have been reading is this one. It's called The Power of Habits, and it talks about how the industry is using habits to get people to buy products, and also how athletes like Michael Phelps, how he uses habits to program himself to be consistent so he can become the winner of the way he's been. And we can use the same habits, or we can use the same rituals. Basic rituals are just specific actions like habits that we repeat every day. Sometimes we can just do a certain action, and we can randomly do it throughout the day. But if we do it at the same time every day, it takes better. Habits are not that complicated, and we should not make it complicated. The rituals that we do, they should not be complicated either. And basically, we have been performing rituals, sometimes knowingly and unknowingly. When we wake up in the morning, we drink a cup of coffee. We do the same thing. When we say, "Oh, I have to have my coffee," it's a form of a ritual. Like one of the rituals that I have every single morning when I wake up. I either wake up at 4:30 in the morning or 4:45. I drink 2 glasses of water. That's a total of 32 ounces of water. And then after that, I would go straight to the restroom. And then from there, I would start getting myself ready, and I would prepare myself my food. And I mean, I can always change it to make it better. And I have been tweaking it, working on it, and so I can make myself more efficient. And I have also tried to put a little bit of the time where I can read my Bible or do some praying. And but I'm looking at the time, how much time I have, if I can include all that. But there are different things. I have tried exercising, and but there's so much time that I have within from the time I depart from home to work, because that's one thing I must make sure that I get to work on time. And it's the rituals. Gotta keep on practicing and keep on doing it again and again. If you do it at the same time, it's more powerful. Also, one thing about rituals, we must make them a priority, because if we don't, and it's easily to forget to do them and do other things. And when we set our calendar, and we must say to ourselves, these are the things that I'm gonna do. And because sometimes we may have habits that are really strong, that are really ingrained, and having a specific time to do certain ritual, and will make it stronger and last longer. And like many of other YouTubers that do talk about rituals, I have heard them say that the stronger is your ritual for that day, and will dictate um, how much you will accomplish. And I'll give you one good example. I had a bad habit As soon as I get off work, and I would go eat, and then I would sit down on the couch and start watching a TV show. And then I would keep on doing that until I have watched at least 4, 5 to 6 TV episodes, and until it's time for me to take a shower and then go to sleep. And I have not done a thing. But when I change my ritual, instead of trying to go and get some food, and I start a different ritual. And what I would do, I would get into the room, put my bag away, and then I would get rid of my clothes, put some comfortable clothes, and then I would exercise at that time, even if I'm hungry, and I would exercise, and I would end up accomplishing a lot more. And sometimes if I'm not exercising, what I would do, I would make a commitment to read the scriptures, and from there, then after I would finish reading the scriptures, and I would read my other book. I would read 10 pages a day, and I found out I accomplished a lot more than. And I would not eat until I have those things done. And it's your choice what you want to do. If you want to work out, or if you want to read your scripture, you want to pray, or you want to read a book, whatever you decide to do. And but it's best if you do it at the same time every day, and then it becomes second nature to you. And it's just very simple. And sometimes it might be difficult for some people, and it doesn't have to be something big. It could be something really small, like I first mentioned. I remove my clothes and I put my shorts on, my comfortable clothes, and if that's all I can do as a habit, and that's the beginning of starting certain rituals, basically to rewrite my behavior so I can have a new habit. And if you cannot do a major change, just do one thing at a time. Like, for instance, make it a point not to sit on the couch and start watching TV right away, but make it a point to just change your clothes. Then once you start doing that and you become consistent with it, then you can add another ritual. Like maybe read a chapter from the Bible, or if the Bible is not something that you want to do, which I recommend you should, but if you don't want to do that, get a book, or if not, go do some push-ups, go do some really quick exercise for 15 minutes. Even if you don't do for 15 minutes, at least do it for 5 minutes. But it's one step at a time. Just one step at a time. Before you know it, you can have a whole new ritual, and you have created new habits, and then you can completely change your life.